Hi, I'm Marc with Squid Ink. In today's video, we're going to talk about our JetStream IP washdown printer and what are the similarities and differences between this unit and our standard JetStream printer. All right, we're going to talk about really the biggest difference first between our JetStream IP and a standard JetStream. And that is the JetStream IP requires positive air to turn on and run. So right now, we don't have air being supplied to the unit. We physically cannot turn power on to the machine. That is by design. The reason we require pressure to the cabinet of this machine is this is completely sealed off. We don't have any cooling fans or anything because this is likely going to go into a washdown type environment. Okay, so we need that positive air not only to cool off our electronics and keep them stable, but to also keep fluids out and also keep any potential fumes from building up inside the machine. So that's why we require that. That's why you cannot turn the machine on without air. While the machine is on, if we do have positive air, if the air ever drops out or is shut off, the machine will also shut off by design as a safety feature. On the back of the printer, you're going to see we have our air pressure regulator and filter assembly. This has a 1/4 inch male fitting on it, so you're going to need a 1/4 inch female NPT adapter to hook up to this. Now, when you receive a brand new JetStream IP, one thing you're going to see is the air pressure regulator assembly is packaged to the side of the machine in the box. So all you're going to do, there are 2 standoffs here. We'll slide it on. There are 2 nuts that hold it in place, and the air line, you'll see there's just a push to connect fitting here. So to get this on the back of your printer, very straightforward. Again, it comes with every machine. We have to have it. And once we've addressed this, we've got it hooked up, the next thing we need is our positive air supply. Okay, so again, once we've got our pressure regulator assembly hooked up, we need an air supply. We're going to need at least about 30 PSI to deliver to the machine for it to turn on and operate correctly, okay? We also want to try to have a clean, dry air supply, all right? So just keep that in mind when you're getting this set up. So we've got our air supply here. We're going to have about 30 PSI going to the machine. Once we get this hooked up, I'll show you guys how you can adjust the dial to get the proper pressure on the gauge and in the machine. Once we've got that going, we can physically turn the machine on. If we're commissioning it, we can now commission the printer. That's the exact same process as a standard JetStream, or if we're ready to start jetting, we just start jetting, and we'll explain that too. So again, all you really need to do with this unit that's different is get the air hooked up, get the air turned on, then you can turn the printer on. Now you'll notice our dial here is in megapascals, MPa. So we're going to set this to about 0.2 MPa, just a little bit above, and that translates to about 30 PSI. Now we can go higher, really anywhere from 0.2 to 0.4 MPa is fine. We typically run right around about 0.2, so again, 30 PSI. So we've got positive air to the machine. Again, we are ready to turn it on and start running. Power switch is on the back of the machine. All we have to do is push this in. We'll spin the unit around. We can see on the display we have power. Okay, so again, we've got air to our system. We have power on. You're going to notice now that our system has booted up. The software looks identical to a standard JetStream, and that's because it really is for the most part. There are a couple small differences here. Otherwise, starting and stopping jetting, starting printing, message management, print parameters, all of those things are exactly the same. The only differences you're going to see in this software are one, being that this printer is rated for a washdown environment, oftentimes those environments are going to be a little bit colder as well. So this unit does have a print head heater, and if this is being turned on in a cool environment, you may see a notification when you turn the machine on that the print head is heating up. Now, we're in a temperature controlled environment. We're not seeing that. It doesn't take long, even if you are in a cool environment, maybe a minute or two. That's about the only thing you may see different on your display at all. The only other difference in this software is in our device diagnostic, where we can cycle valves or pumps for troubleshooting purposes. We have one less solenoid valve in this printer. That's it. So again, everything else is the same. If you know standard JetStream software or even JetStream PX software, you really don't have to learn anything new with this machine. If for some reason the machine does lose pressure, I mentioned it earlier, but you will get an alarm next time you turn the printer back on. So again, if we lose pressure, the machine will turn off as it's designed to. When we get pressure reestablished, we turn the printer back on, you're going to see an improper shutdown warning. Now that warning can also be from just pulling the power plug, for example. You'll get the same fault when you turn the unit back on. That also happens with our other printers. If power is lost for some reason while it's jetting, really the only difference in this scenario is, again, if we also lose pressure, it will give us the same fault. So we can kind of see what happened when we turn the machine back on. Okay, so we've talked about a few of the minor differences in software on the JetStream IP. Now we're going to look at the hydraulics and cover some of the differences between this unit and a standard JetStream. Okay, first, if we open up the front of the printer, you'll see on the left-hand side our ink and makeup cartridge setup is exactly the same. So nothing new to learn here. What has changed on the right-hand side, you'll see our hydraulic system is a little bit different. So our main filter is now in the front. This is the same main filter that we use in our other JetStream units, or standard JetStream unit, I'm sorry. The biggest difference here with the main filter is the filter chip is now in the filter again. So when you replace the main filter and put a new one in, that chip just stays and resides in the filter itself. So it's a little bit different than a regular JetStream where we remove that chip and put it in a different location where the reader is. The other difference here, our pressure pump is right above the main filter. On the standard JetStream, that is in the back of the hydraulic manifold. So slight changes here, but again, exact same hardware as far as the filter and pressure pump are concerned. To access the hydraulics in the back of the machine, we do have 4 screws that we're going to remove. So this is just a large panel that's going to come off entirely. So we'll get that off, then you'll get a better look at what we have going on back here. Okay, we've got the back panel off of our printer. And again, you're going to see some differences in the hydraulic assembly, again, compared to a standard JetStream. So on the right-hand side, our ink cartridge, makeup pin socket assemblies, that whole part of the system is the same. So really, again, nothing new to learn there. Our filters back here, our inline filters, are exactly the same. Okay, so we've got a 10 micron inline filter for our ink line, which is right here. Again, green striped line, same color code as our standard JetStream. We've got another 10 micron inline filter for our makeup line. That's the blue striped line, same as a standard JetStream. And then we have a 50 micron inline filter for our gutter line. That's the red striped line. So again, same color scheme that you're already used to. So filter kit is identical in this unit as a standard JetStream. If we move to the left here, you'll see some new fittings in the back of the printer. Those are all related to the airline. So we've got this T-fitting here. That's where we split off our air supply. Part of it's going to our chassis. The other part is going out to our print head. So the chassis is pressurized in this unit and also our print head. Again, that's to help keep water from migrating into our chassis and head. So what we'll see if we follow our airline down here, again, this goes out to our chassis, this goes to our print head. We do have a little dial here that helps us adjust pressure going out to the head. we are a little bit more conscious as to how much air we supply to the head. So that is set at the factory on that dial. You guys will not need to touch that. If we keep moving to the left, you'll see the manifold or hydraulic manifold has decreased in size significantly when compared to, again, a standard JetStream. So we've got our pressure sensor and temperature sensor right here. Those are the exact same models being used in a standard JetStream. We've got 3 solenoid valves here. We have valve 5, which is our gutter valve, same exact function as a standard JetStream. We have valve 4 and valve 2. Those are being used to distribute makeup either to our mix tank or our print head for clean jet purposes. So those are also the same valves, same functions as a standard unit. You'll see we're missing a couple of valves here. We have valve 6, which is up on top of our ink mix tank. Valve 6 is being used for 2 purposes in this unit. One is so we can add ink to the tank. The other is so we can direct ink through our viscometer circuit. So this is where this hydraulic system really starts to be a little bit different than a standard JetStream. We do not have a dedicated viscometer valve. There's no valve 1. So we got rid of a moving part or a valve for this system. So valve 6, again, is used either to add ink to the tank or for viscosity measurements. As we keep moving to the left, we've got 2 diaphragm pumps, exact same style diaphragm pumps, same part number, everything is a standard JetStream. We have a makeup pump in front, ink pump in back. Behind the 2 diaphragm pumps, we have our viscometer that is mounted on the left-hand side of your mix tank. Same viscometer that we use in our standard systems. Again, we have this plumbed a little bit differently in using valve 6 instead of an additional valve. And you will see on this viscometer, we have a check valve on the output. Okay. One thing I'll mention with this hydraulic system, it is still on a drawer. You can slide it out if for some reason you are working on the unit or troubleshooting. You can slide this system out for easier access. That's a really nice feature. So again, kind of sticking with the same concept as our other machines. But that's about it for our hydraulic system. Again, manifold got a little bit smaller. We got rid of a valve, but all the parts are the same. Okay, so we've slid the hydraulic system out just so you guys can get a better look at this. So there's just 2 screws in the back, 2 in the front, slides right out. There's nothing else you really have to do. So the reason we slid this out, one, you get a better look at where that valve 6 resides since it's on top of the mix tank. And again, valve 6 is for adding ink to the tank or for viscosity measurement purposes. The last thing I'm going to point out here that is a little bit different are Venturi, the vacuum generator for the machine, is in the top of our mix tank here. So underneath this cap, we've just got 4 screws holding it down. You would find this. This is our Venturi in this printer. So if for some reason you're having vacuum issues, this is naturally part of that circuit. Same as the standard JetStream, really. We've got valve 5 and a Venturi are 2 really big components to this circuit. So your Venturi is just a little bit different. So you can get access to this. You can pull it out and clean it up. This is the input side. This is the output. So we have pressurized ink in, out, and then in the side here is where our little vacuum hole is. So if you ever thought you had issues with this, you would just spray your cleaner in the bottom, and we try to kind of back flush this if we thought there's maybe an obstruction in the Venturi. So really the only other difference in the hydraulic system, your Venturi is a little bit different in a different location, still easy to access and work on. So there's your hydraulic system as a whole. Again, a little bit more simplified, much smaller manifold, 1 less valve. As far as the electronics are concerned, the power switch, again, on the back of the unit, we do have a pressure switch tied into our power switch. So that's why you cannot turn the machine on without having pressure to the machine. So again, we get our pressure turned on, then we can turn on power. Here's where our power cable is connected. Our umbilical, this is the same as our JetStream PX actually. So we've got this on the back of the machine in a 90 coming out. This is nice, it doesn't take up quite as much space. And then our I/O. This is actually very similar to the JetStream PX. Also the same connections as our regular JetStream. So our inputs and outputs, photocell, encoder, we have all the same options. It's the same connectors, so there's nothing new there. We have an extra USB port, we have a USB charge port, and our Ethernet port. So again, from a capability standpoint, it's really the same across all of our JetStream models. So from an electronic standpoint, yes, the layout's a little bit different, but again, same features. Okay, we'll talk about the printhead really quick on our JetStream IP. The printhead is almost identical to our standard JetStream. It is very similar to a JetStream PX. Really the main difference here between the IP and a standard JetStream is the physical ink stream alignment. So on a standard JetStream, your adjustments are on this side, your vertical adjustment. On the JetStream IP, it is on this side. It's the same concept. You've got a set screw and an eccentric wheel for adjustment. It's just on the opposite side. Okay, on horizontal, you'll see we still have a set screw here and an eccentric wheel right there. So alignment, again, just a little bit different only because it's on opposite sides. Same concept. The gun body block and mounting plate, therefore, are also a little bit different. Other than that, the front board, the back plate, the micro valves, the check valve, all of that stuff is exactly the same. Internally, the only difference we have here in the printhead is we do have a head heater. Okay, we talked about that earlier in the video. So if these are going into cooler environments or cold environments, the printhead does warm up, so it doesn't get super cold in here. So again, as far as printhead is concerned, that's it. Not a lot of differences, a little bit of change in the alignment. Otherwise, everything you're already familiar with. All right, that concludes our video on our JetStream IP printer and what the similarities and differences are between this machine and a standard unit. If you'd like to see more videos on any of our JetStream printers or some of our other products, please go to our YouTube channel. If you just type in Squid Ink Manufacturing, for example, you'll find a ton of great information. Also, please don't hesitate to head over to our website, squidink.com. You'll find even more information on our entire product line. Thanks again.